going through a divorce right now, or a relationship that's been going on for maybe like 7 years, or you've been with them since you were 16, is why it's coming to an end. All right. Hello. Welcome to my channel, She the Wise One, where I help people make sense of what they're experiencing through tarot, intuition, and honest conversations. If you're not new, welcome back, boo. But if you are new, we're glad to have you. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe if this resonates for you. Disclaimers: I don't do disclaimers besides trigger warnings. So if you are sensitive or easily triggered, this may not be the channel for you. So take what resonates, leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate, it's probably not your message. I did go ahead and do a prayer before, okay? But I'm actually backtracking on the reading that I just did, that I put out yesterday. Only because I got a comment that made me, I was already reflecting on it last night, but I had got a comment and it made me just come back to it because I really wanted to understand what was going on. Initially, when I did the reading from yesterday, if you didn't listen to that reading, go ahead and go back and check that out and come back to this one if this resonates for you in any way. But when I initially pulled the Tower, the word that stood out to me initially was divorce. Okay, so the comment was in relation to a relationship ending. And for some reason, I did feel led to actually respond to her. I don't know if I'm still going to do that, or I'm just going to allow this reading to be that response. This is still going to be like a general reading, but yeah, something just told me to go back and reflect on a few things. So I have a lot more cards laid out. I have the original layout, but I do have some extra cards laid out. I went ahead and pulled the cards that I initially saw in my mind's eye, along with other cards as I was going through my deck trying to pull out the cards from the previous reading and the cards that was in my mind's eye. I went ahead and pulled out extra cards that was resonating with me, or I felt, called to pull from the deck as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump into this, y'all, because this looks like this is going to be a hefty reading. Like I said, I don't do disclaimers. If you are sensitive or easily triggered, you're not somebody who know how to sit with yourself. You are an introspective type of person. You're not into self-development, self-help. You can't stomach hearing the hard things. Then this is not the channel for you, okay? Please do not comment under my page, my channel, and making things more personal than you have to be, okay? Sit with your triggers. Ask, why am I triggered by this? Why do I feel triggered by this? I think that's very important to sit with. But it's no shade, no tea. I don't take it personal. I'm just, letting you know that, yeah, this is about sitting with yourself. But anyway, let's jump into it. So as I was reflecting, based off of my initial intuitive nudge from what I got with the Tower card, and I'm looking back on this, a lot of the cards, being as though no Lovers cards came out, I do have the Four of Wands out here, but it's not giving me love. And so most of the cards, well, all of the cards, besides the Four of Wands, all of the cards that I got out here is, and besides the Tower, besides the Five of Swords that I felt led to pull, Besides those cards, there's just one individual in the cards. This lets me know this is tied to, it is in connection to someone else, but there's a heavy focus on self. There's a heavy focus on self. You know, as I was reflecting on a comment, I went to, I'm assuming it's a lady, her page. And if you're listening to this, I'm sorry for what you're going through, because I'm picking up on your energy and it's a lot of anger. I think that's why so much fire is coming out here. Now, you could be, as far as generally, you could be a fire sign, heavy fire. You could have a fire Mars. You could be a triple fire in your big three, or a sun fire sign. That is definitely what I'm picking up on. But aside from that, I'm picking up on anger. A lot of anger. And when I'm looking back at the Ten of Wands, it's like you're going through this tower moment. The tower moment happened. It's like the mind has no choice, so to speak, but to accept the defeat. Accept that things came to an ending. And the Ten of Wands is giving me like you're trying to hold on to what you have left. Really, it's giving me holding on to anger, like holding on to maybe burdens of the past. And it's causing an imbalance. This tower is supposed to bring imbalance. And it's like I'm picking up on somebody who is resisting it. In my mind's eye, you know, I was seeing the Emperor. And I was picking up on the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Swords. And with the Nine of Swords, that was pulling at me to, well, no it didn't. I did say the Seven of Swords as well, because I didn't know whether it was the Nine of Swords or the Seven of Swords I was thinking about the Nine of Swords. But because I said the Seven of Swords, I just felt led to go ahead and just pull that out. I do apologize if y'all hear any noise in the background. I am outside while I'm recording this message, so I hope it's not too disruptive and y'all can still hear me and get a feel of this, you know, message. But as I pulled these cards out and I sat them down, I laid them down, obviously when you go through a tower moment, it is due to a imbalance in your foundation, a poor foundation. Now, when I was looking at the Emperor in connection to the initial reading, it made me think of, you could have been somebody who took on this role as the Emperor, or this could have been somebody who said they were the Emperor, who showed up saying that, oh yeah, I have my own, or I know how to, you know, build, or I can take care of you, or I got this, I can help you. Somebody who showed up as if they had their shit together, as if they were somebody when they're actually a nobody. It's giving me somebody who showed up as the Emperor when really they were the Seven of Swords. And the reason why this led you into the tower moment, either you found this out or you found it out after the tower moment of the Seven of Cups. When I was initially picking up on the Seven of Cups, I was tying it to somebody who is in this energy of you're having a lot of things you're passionate about and you may not know what to choose or go with. And though I'm still standing on that, in connection to me now channeling for divorce or a relationship coming to an end, is giving someone who is very like things coming to light. What was done in the dark is coming to light. Somebody who's posing as the emperor is really somebody who is a liar, is somebody who is not who they say they are, somebody who actually has a whole bunch of baggage. And it puts you in this 9 of Swords energy of feeling like losing sleep because of the truth that's coming out. Losing sleep, trying to make it all make sense of how you ended up in this situation. But it's like, it's not your fault because this person is the 7 of Swords. This is what they do. And it's giving like somebody was trying to hang you up to dry. Like, this is just what they do. And this is really giving me the energy of who they are. And the 7 of Cups and the 9 of Swords is picking up on what you uncovered about this person and the energy it puts you in, the mind state it puts you in. But the other cards that I end up pulling out, which made me think of more so of what was happening before the Tower card, and the 4 of Swords is out here, the 5 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups, and the 7 of Wands. This makes me this is making me like, with the 4 of Swords, is making me think of I'm picking up everything falling on you. It's just like, you've been doing all this, like, you've been carrying this relationship on your back. It really doesn't, it's not funny, it's just like, you really carry this relationship on your back. It's like, what was this person really good for? What were they around for? What were they around for? I'm not understanding. And that's why that Tower moment, it's like you got stuck or used to carrying things on your back, but it was never supposed to be that. It was never supposed to be that. Like, the 4 of Swords is giving me, maybe you were somebody that always had to plan in the relationship, always had to make sure things were going right, making sure things were okay, but with the 3 of Swords, if I'm being honest, is giving me, I mean, not the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Swords. With the image, it's honestly giving me this is somebody who you deal with a lot of, or you dealt with a lot of infidelity. One too many times. maybe to a point where it just wasn't even surprising anymore. Or maybe it became like so easy for this person to be unfaithful because of how many times you would take them back or deal with it. And with the Eight of Swords, it's just giving me you just feeling trapped and not knowing how to get out the situation, or not even knowing how you got in it. Like, how did it get to this? With the Eight of Cups out here, it just makes me think of, as women, a woman who loves, she will put up with a lot if she's not rooted in herself and not rooted in her self-love. But it gets to a point, and once a woman is fed up, there's nothing you can do about it. There's no talking, there's no convincing, there's no amount of sorries. And that's what the Eight of Cups is giving. It's like you finally, on an emotional level, finally said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. This hurts. I'm tired. And you decided to walk away from it. That's why I was saying the reading previous to this one, the Tower moment, it felt like something like, obviously a Tower moment is just inevitable, but it feels like something you asked for. It was like during that moment of the Eight of Cups, you said, I don't give a damn if this works or not at this point. I don't care. Like, you're ready to move on. You didn't want it to work. And from that came the anger. But this woke something up in you. It's not just anger. I just feel like it's because Spirit is telling me, like, you need to sit with yourself. There's something like, yes, this person hurt you. Yes, this person is the Seven of Swords, but that's who they are. And it's like, you're dwelling when you should be using this anger that you're feeling. You should be using it in your favor. You should be using it and taking that to ignite your passions. Because the Tower is a clearing moment. It's to bring something new. Whoever I'm talking to, when I also pulled out some more cards, I pulled out the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Wands. This is giving me you. This is who you are. This is your energy. This is who you were before all of this took place. Someone who is vibrant. Someone who is a balanced individual. Is an insightful individual. Someone who loves to explore, loves to learn, very fiery, but in the best way. I even wanted to say, though I'm not getting it, like, people love being around you just because of your enthusiasm and how vibrant you are. Yeah, I didn't even look at the card. I'm looking at it now, but it says, a helpful friend who is well liked. Like, people love being around you. And this person is just, they had to go. They had to go. They had to go. Your big three can be Leo, Aquarius, and Sag. But this is what I'm picking up. And another card that I end up pulling out was the Knight of Pentacles. And I'm looking at the card and it says, time heals all wounds. It hurts, and that's understandable. Somebody came in and they told you this is who they were. And maybe even once upon a time that was who they were. But things change, people change, and sometimes people just, they are who they always been. And it took certain situations, or it took time to see that. What did you learn from this? That's what Spirit is trying to guide you. It's not even about blaming yourself. You think this is about blaming yourself or blaming another, when it's about, what did you learn from this? What did this teach you? And that's where the Hanged Man and the Hermit card is coming out, is sticking out to me. Your birthday could be on the 12th or the 9th. (16, 12, 9, 4 is significant numbers. This could be a birthday. This could be connected to a year. Connected to the time span of the relationship. But with the Hangman and the Hermit out here, it's like, what did you learn though? What is a new perspective to have? Because you can, nothing came out in upright. Well, I don't really read in the, I'm sorry, not in upright. Nothing came out in reverse, but because I'm still a beginner, I don't read in reverse right now, at least right now. So heavy on, this was supposed to connect you back to your intuition. Because this is who you're, a very intuitive person. And this situation clouded that. Take the anger that you're feeling and get your spark back, babes. Get your spark back. Because this is the moment for that. To get your spark back. To bring clarity. I'm tired. I'm tired of you having sleepless nights. You know, that's what I'm picking up on. But you're not in this alone. Like, there is a guide here with you. I'm picking up on somebody's ancestor specifically, and I don't know who. 1, 2, 3 on a time. Confirmation. 123. So, yeah, I just felt called to come back to this message for some reason. And I don't know if it's for the person specifically who commented on my previous video, or if this is just a general one. But yeah, this is just to bring some more clarity. What did you learn? Where can you go from here? Because opportunity is here. Opportunity to change your perspective, to get clear on what you want and to follow that. Because, like I asked in the previous reading, was what comes after the Tower? And what comes after the Tower is the Page of Swords, the 6 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. And maybe this relationship was taking you way away from community and your family, and now's the time to reunite with them. These are actually the people that's going to help you rebuild. With the Three of Wands, maybe you were, before, when you were in this relationship with this person, like, being able to see your future or the future in general it was blocked. And I think that is coming back. Some of you may be feeling led to travel. But moving from a more confident place and trusting that. You're a very intuitive person. Six of Wands, I was saying previously, like, recognizing yourself, like, somebody was left you to, what they say, hanging you out to dry. But victory is yours if you allow it, if you redirect that anger. Because like I said, you're big three. You could definitely be a fire sign. And it's given, like, I feel like you've hit a breaking point when it comes to dealing with betrayal. Tired of having to pick up the broken pieces. But don't be bitter. Don't be bitter. It's understandable why you're angry, why you're sad, why you're upset, why you're tired. But you are resilient. You are very resilient, and this was here to teach you something. When cards like the Tower, you got 4 major arcanas out here. This is a bounce back, a comeback. With the Page of Swords, it's like, get curious about what's coming next. Because you cut off something that didn't serve you, somebody who didn't serve you, so you're lighter. And everything that crashed after that, if you lost a house, if you lost a car, if you lost friends, if you lost just different connections through this process of you experiencing the Tower moment, know that it did not serve you. You don't need it. And the more you lost, the more that is coming in. If you're feeling like you have nothing, it's because you are about to have everything. That's opportunity in that. And Spirit wants you to see that. You may be by yourself, but that's a perspective. Don't stay trapped in the confinements of your mind. Don't be bitter. Don't be angry. If you're going to be angry, use that anger. Ain't nothing wrong with being angry. It's an emotion. It's understandable. When somebody do you wrong, somebody hurt you. I'm tired of people making emotions good and bad. There's nothing wrong with being angry, okay? I'm an Aries rising, baby, okay? And for so long, I have dealt with people I've always been a passionate person. And people will try to dim that because your passions are strong. I just seen a dragonfly, so maybe you've been seeing the dragonfly as well. And this could have been that person. They like to be the person, quote unquote, in charge, in control. Someone who likes to dim the light of others. But ain't nothing wrong with being angry, but use that anger, redirect that anger, create with your anger. This is the perfect time. If you're angry, don't get rid of that anger. If you're going to get rid of it, you need to transmute it into a project, an idea, anything that you have been, especially if there's something within when you were in this relationship that you were like, dang, I really want to do this thing, but I don't have the room for it. I don't have the time for it. I don't have the energy for it. And now it just seems like there is a infinite amount of opportunity to do so. That's what you should be doing right now. Hence why in my previous reading I was like, somebody who has so many passions, so many things they want to do, and you're trying to do too much. Everything still stands, but this is more specific, whether it's specific to a specific collective within the general collective that I was reading for. But yeah, you have room for it now. You have space for it now. And you need to get back to being the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Get back to your roots. Get back to your roots. I don't know if some of you have been distant, away from family. It's been hard for you to connect with family. I just think that this relationship was such a fucking burden. And because it's just that serious. A relationship that was in conflict with your own identity of who you know you were. It just, somebody could have you questioning who the fuck you was. Oh yeah, And it just interfered in how you showed up in the world and how you showed up in the relationships with others around you. And maybe you felt very shameful of what you were going through. You felt alone, but reconnecting with your loved ones, or even if that may not be the case, seeking community at this time. There's nothing wrong with it. You should not be going through anything by yourself. Look for community. Lean on others if you can. And if that isn't the case, just be open to it. Be open. Alright, so I think that is all I have for this message, okay? This was, it was quick. I feel like it was quicker than... I'm looking at the time. It's 32 minutes on here. Okay, cool, whatever. But, yeah. I hope you take something from this. So, I will see y'all in my next video. If you are feeling called to support me in any way, I would greatly appreciate it. I do make inspirational art. I do have other art or more art on the way, so be on the lookout for that. If you want to go ahead and check that out, or like I said, feel called to support me, go ahead and look in the description box. It will be linked below. So I thank y'all for being here. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your energy. And I just hope that this resonates. And like I said, if this does resonate, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right. And